Hey guys, welcome back to Games of War. We've been apart far too long yet again. In the middle of filming the Vita Collection Part 2, I ended up getting a new job, and it's a brand new business, and it's been insanely busy, taking up all my free time. It's actually a really positive thing, and I'm very appreciative of it. The downside is I haven't had any time for YouTube. It's just now starting to balance itself out, and I'm having more free time, so I'm back at it here again. I'm going to be finishing up the Vita Collection Part 2 very soon, and before we finish Part 2, I've got to come on here today and talk about a topic that's been increasingly maddening lately for me as a video game player, collector, and a fan of the Switch. I'm having a lot of fun collecting for it and playing games on it. I've always loved handhelds, and this is the kind of true evolution from the Vita in my eyes. It's getting all those niche titles, lots of visual novels, RPGs, smaller 2D games, as well as AAA experiences. It's got something for everyone. As of late, I'm really discovering just how difficult and insane it is to try and keep up with the Switch library. It just seemed like such a simpler time back in the PS3 360 days. Games would come out, I'd enjoy them, play them. By the time I was finished, there was a new game coming out. I always got what I wanted. There was never shortages or price hikes that we see today. It all came to a head when NG Dev Team released its latest shooter, and I had been tracking this one for a while, and I didn't get a copy. It sold out like in 3 minutes, and now it's expensive as shit already. It made me want to implode, man. It was so frustrating, and I'm thinking, this is just the way it is now. I've always thought of myself as like a gamer first. I try to buy games, not buy too many, and finish the games that I do buy, then move on to the next. And the Switch is kind of counterproductive to that. It's teaching me that I can't do that anymore, because if I do, I'm never going to get these games because they're going to shoot up in price. So I've got a stack of games here, and they all have one thing in common. And that one thing is, I already own these games on other systems, other platforms. I'm rebuying these games on the Switch. That's a testament to how much I enjoy the machine, the portability factor. I've always been a big handheld guy, and it's worth it to me to rebuy these games, even if I already own them. On the trend of games I already own on other systems, multiple versions, I had to have Darksiders series portable. Being able to play this series on the go anywhere is a dream come true for me. I absolutely love this series. If you haven't played it, do yourself a favor. Pick the originals up, grab the new Genesis. It's an amazing series, and I was rewarded myself with the rare black misprint. I bought it the day it came out. I didn't really think anything of it until I put it on my shelf. I'm like, what the fuck, this is black. Every game is red on the Switch. This is crazy. I guess it's a misprint. This is expensive as shit on eBay now as well. Who'd have thought? And this is just a small selection of games that I've bought in the past few months. This is not even counting trying to keep up with games that come out on limited run, super rare games, strictly limited, NG Dev Team, the NAS website, special editions that are exclusive, the Square Enix store, all these games that are exclusive to these different sections. And if you're not up on it and paying attention to when the pre-orders go on sale or the limited time frames that they're released, you're going to miss these games. Now, a lot of these games are more of the mainstream variety, so I figure I'm never going to have any problem finding them, pick up a copy when I get to it. And there's games like Ease, a series that's picking up steam. It's more niche for sure, but we've got Lacrimosa Bene, which is like the most well-received in the series, and it was coming to Switch. Thankfully, I did go ahead and just buy this on day one, because this game has gotten, I don't know if it's out of print or why, but it's expensive as shit. It's impossible to find, and the price is only going up. So therefore, I can't wait on games anymore. As if I wait, it's going to be so goddamn expensive by the time I go around to buy it, I'm not going to be able to own it. Another example, Code of Princess. Now, this is definitely a more niche title. The 3DS had a nice box set release. It was one of my favorite games in the system, and I knew this version was coming out with enhancements on the Switch, and I thought, I know it's not going to be around in huge quantities, but the 3DS version is not expensive by any means. It's never really gone up in value. It's kind of hovered around the $30 to $50 mark, so I figured, oh, I can pick up this, and there's no rush, as long as I get to it in a fairly quickly amount of time. This game came out, and for some reason, it's up in price. It's out of print. It's over $100 now, and I'm glad I didn't wait too long on this, because I thought I wouldn't have to hurry and rush out to get this, but for some reason this game has gone up in value. I never saw this one coming due to the original being fairly affordable all this time. Wonder Boy and Monster Boy. Thank God I picked these up when they came out on a release, because these have gone up in price and they are getting more expensive by the day. That when Wonder Boy, Asha, and Monster World came out, even though I didn't need to buy this right away, I had a shitload of games to play. You bet your ass I was going to wait on this one and have this one do the same thing and go up in price and not be able to ever get it. It's made me spend unnecessarily early on. A game like Sphinx and the Cursed Mummy. I had no idea this was even starting to get valuable. This is a game that I really enjoyed on the original Xbox, and I saw that it was coming to Switch. It wasn't much hype or fanfare. It wasn't a big hit on the original Xbox. It never was expensive or rare. On Facebook, I saw the other day, this game is now out of print and going for $70 to $80. It's like, what? Like, what's going on? What is going on with the Switch? Why this would be so friggin' expensive. If I wouldn't have bought this when it first came out, there's no way I'd spend what's going for now. It's insane. In trying to keep up with games that come out on a weekly, monthly basis, all the new releases, sometimes I forget to pre-order things or check websites. So when R-Type Final 2 came out. This is a game that I definitely wanted the collector's edition, which is exclusive to the NIS website, and I kind of lost track of it and kind of forgot about it. And then it sold out instantly, of course, and it's expensive as shit, so I had to settle for the inaugural edition, which is still a nice package. It comes with like an art book and a box set and stuff, but it's not the version that I wanted, and because I slacked off for a few weeks and didn't pay attention, it's gone, and now it's expensive as shit. In keeping up with limited run, more so than ever now, I noticed Castlevania collection going on sale. $175 for like a really nice big box edition. It's expensive as hell, but it's got a lot of great shit. I'm like, okay, you know what, I'll buy this, and it's cool, no problem. I let a couple weeks go by because I know that there is like a month and a half pre-order window, which is pretty generous. I get back on and I see, okay, I go to pre-order Castlevania, but not only do I have to pre-order Castlevania, there's Double Dragon 4, Double Dragon Neon Collector's Editions, there's Blaster Master 03 Collector's Edition. I mean, shit, I'm going to be spending $500-600 to get the games that I want, and I know if I don't, they're going to be thousands of dollars down the road, and I'll never have them, so I have no choice. Thank God, months back, I jumped on it. It was like the last day to pre-order Grandia collection, and I was able to jump on and pre-order it real quick, but this game has gotten expensive as shit as well, and if I would have waited one more day, I'd had to pay, what, $200 this is going for now, $150? It's completely insane what's going on, and I always thought myself as a pretty good judge on what would become rare in the future and what games to pick up right away. But with the Switch, I don't know anymore. The simple act of going on Amazon has become a maddening experience for me as well. I was going on there to check the release of Nocturne remake on the Switch. You know, you can scroll to the bottom and it says games you may also like. I'm seeing all these games I've never even heard of that look brilliant, and I'm just compelled to buy them. Games like Kaze and the Wild Masks. Looks like a brilliant, really fun, kind of like a throwback to Sonic the Hedgehog 2D platformer. Beautiful visuals. I ended up buying it. Crosscode, like a really cool, interesting action RPG I never knew I wanted until I scrolled down on Amazon and saw it, and all the praise that was being sung, I looked it up, and shit, I gotta have it. I still need to pick up a copy of Root Letter on the Switch, so I was searching that out the other day. And then I see at the bottom, there's also a game called Root Film, and there's also another Root game that, I'm not sure if they're all connected, but I loved Root Letter so much, and this game is getting high praise, so I picked up Root Film, another great visual novel I never even knew about. They were advertising a physical copy of Lonely Mountain Downhill, which is a digital game that I loved. I played the hell out of. I never knew there was a physical copy of it, and it just so happens there was a very select few left on Super Rare Games, and it took me there. I was able to buy it for a retail price, which is great. It is now sold out, of course, and getting expensive, but just going on Amazon, you discover so many games and the staggering amount at which they come out. It's just such a crazy experience being a Switch collector, and it really is now. I've become a collector of the Switch. I don't want to sound like I'm down talking, and a lot of this I bring on myself. I don't have to buy this shit. It's not like, you know, first world problems. It's just, for me personally, I've always loved gaming. I've always loved trying to keep up with the games that interest me, and this is obviously, I'm kind of blowing it out of proportion, but fuck, am I really blowing it out of proportion? This is a problem for me personally, for sure. And as I say all this, I really do absolutely adore the machine. The Switch is a one-of-a-kind system. I love the portability and being able to play it on the TV. I look forward to the next iteration, the 4K Switch Pro, whatever they call it. I think in time this system will be a definite, it already is, a collector's system, very much like the Vita. There's so many niche titles, RPGs, 2D side-scrollers, retro-inspired games, and these games will do nothing but go up in value. This will be one of the most collectible systems ever. I can already see it. I'm having a lot of fun trying to keep up with it, even though it does drive me fucking crazy. So please, guys, share your struggles with the Switch. Am I crazy? Am I alone? Does anybody feel the same way? Was it a simpler time back in the PS3 360 days when digital shit just stayed digital and there was a steady stream of releases you could keep up with? Tell me what you think. It's good to be back. Look for the Vita Part 2 coming very soon. I love you all. Games of War is nothing without you.